Now, I was going to put this on this is the next day, and I was going to tag this onto the end of the video, but I thought, as a lot of YouTube watchers are notorious for only watching a few seconds of a video and then stopping and not even getting to the end, which is a shame, as I sometimes, well, I especially think with mine, the best bit is the end, but I sometimes am quite creative when the buy scrolls up. Anyhow, Will Millie can come and help me with this. First thing I want to say, as I'm not sponsored, not being paid to do a sponsored review, I can be totally honest. I say that because there's a lady who used to do nail polish videos and I used to enjoy her videos. She also used to do vlogs. I liked her very much. And just occasionally she did a truth-telling video. Now, she never does nail polish videos, so I don't watch her anymore. I unsubscribed because I don't like the direction her channel's gone in now. But when she used to do the nail polish videos, and she did one of these occasional truth-telling videos about products and people doing reviews for products that they'd been sent for free. And she said that sometimes companies had approached her asking her to review a product, and then she would had to have signed saying if she reviewed it, she could only do a positive review, and she didn't want that. She wanted to be able to be honest, so she refused to those companies. So I don't know if that's the case with everyone, because I did try to look for some reviews for this product and I found only positive ones saying how wonderful it is. So there is that. And but I did know on the product when it said avoid the eye area, I thought, well, that's a bit silly for a face cream. So anyway, I put it on, assiduously avoided the eye area, and after a few minutes my eyes were stinging, watering and burning, and I couldn't put any eye makeup on. And then hours later, when I was sat in Starbucks, I was having to use one of their napkins, you know, the tissues that they give, their Starbucks tissues, napkins, to keep dabbing at my eyes because they were still burning and stinging. And I looked up last night thinking, well, maybe it actually tells you this product is not for sensitive skin. But no, far from saying that. I found some search results where Garnier is actually saying, and even if you have sensitive skin, you can still use this product. So, well, I presume Garnier was saying it. It was I think it was Garnier information about the product. I didn't actually read the whole thing. I just saw the phrase saying, and even if you have sensitive skin, you can still use. So, unless my skin is very, very exceptionally sensitive, even more so than most people's, which it may well be, of course, but I don't honestly think that's the case. I might joke about it sometimes, saying I've got more sensitive skin than anybody I know, which I probably have, but it doesn't mean to say it's more sensitive than anybody else's ever. But I assiduously avoided my eyes, and even if you don't get it near your eyes, I suppose within the course of a day it somehow migrates there. I mean, I didn't touch my face and then touch my eyes, and obviously some people are going to do that anyway, because you know you don't think you might touch your cheek and then touch your eyes, or touch your forehead and then put your finger near your eyes. But I remember thinking I mustn't avoid touching my face and then my eyes, because I didn't. And even last night, at the end of the day, my eyes were still watering intermittently, not constantly like they had been earlier. And you shouldn't expect that from a face cream. I mean, look, this was sent to me. I'm not going to show it because it could be, but I was sent a free sample. I'm not going to show exactly what the product is, but I was sent a free sample from a mail order company who I buy things from, a French mail order company, and they sent that free sample of night cream, which I don't usually use night cream, but I've been using it and putting it all around my eyes, no problem at all, no stinging, no burning. And my large pot of face cream, which I did show in the video where I showed this, I'm not going to show it here. I'm not going to mention it because they could say, oh, you've been paid by them. And of course I haven't. I got that from the 99p store. The 99p store now no more, unfortunately. And so I use that every day on my face, all round my eyes. No problem at all. In my large blue pot of, I don't think it hurts to mention what it is. As my channel's not monetised, I don't get paid for doing my videos. And nobody pays me to say anything good about any products. I may have already said this, so apologies if I'm saying it again, but I'm someone who likes to see the positive in things. So that's what I'm saying. I don't like giving negative reviews about anything. I very rarely do, because I've heard it said if you see negatives in things, the universe will oblige and send you more things to be negative about. So I try to be positive, hoping that the universe will send me more things to be positive about. But by and large, I'm probably a very negative person because I've got anxiety, a very bad anxiety condition. But I try not to be negative. I try not to say anything bad about any particular product. I always try to praise things and see the good in things. But sometimes it's hard when there's, just to warn people to be careful. That's all I'm saying. If you have sensitive skin, and for goodness sake, don't get it anywhere near your eyes. But now, all being well, if you've watched this far, you could stop talking. No, Lee says stop talking. And watch the rest of the video as I applied it yesterday, and that was my reaction the first time I used it. I used this free sample face cream by Garnier, and it says do not apply round eyes. Or what's the point of a face cream? You can't put round your eyes. And anyway, a bit got near my eyes, and it stings and burns all round my eyes. So yeah, I wouldn't advise anyone to use that if you've got sensitive skin. So yeah, this free sample Moisture Bomb by Garnier, and I'm not saying they did, but when I think of the animals that's tortured in laboratories in the name of releasing this stuff, so that they think it's so-called safe to release onto the market, and avoid the eye area. Well, what's the point of a face cream? You've got to avoid your eye area, and it doesn't moisturise that, but not when you've got very dry skin. It stings and burns. You know, it just sickens me, and this is the best thing you can use, and it doesn't sting and it doesn't burn. It's the best thing I've found for very sensitive skin, and cheap, because this was from the 99p store when they were open, and it's still lasting now. I've only opened it not long ago because I bought 2, but this stuff, I think would be very expensive if you bought it as a pot. And none of it does any good. If all this stuff worked, nobody would ever need treatments and facelifts. Not that I would ever have anything like that done, admittedly. But, you know, I don't know. I could write a book about... I've seen people that have spent a fortune, like older women, and it hasn't worked at all. And yet I know someone else who's in her 70s and has never you put anything on her face, and is always worried sick about just about everything. You'd think she'd look really old, and she looks really young. So, yeah, draw your own conclusions. To warn anyone that I think this was a free sample it was a free sample, but I think it was in the Superdrug's free magazine, their magazine they give away. I think it was in Superdrug's magazine. Because I got some free samples of something else from Boots, but that was Clarins. So yeah, this was in the Superdrug magazine, because I picked that up at the same time from Superdrug. And it says Garnier Skin Active Moisture Bomb, Super Hydration, 2-in-1, dehydrated skin, and moisturisers for 24 hours. Well, and it also says avoid the eye area, so I thought, well, that's a bit ridiculous. What's the point of a face cream? You can't get anywhere near your eyes. And now I realise why it says that, because my eyes are still stinging and watering now. They sting and burn after using this. I haven't been able to put any eye makeup on because my eyes are watering too much. And I had to finish off by putting a bit of this around my eyes, the Nivea, which was from the 99p store ages ago, and I opened that little pot recently when I finished the other one. Well, it's a large pot actually. This is a large pot. And after applying this, when I've applied this on my face, I can apply, at the moment I'm using the Camouflage Hard Candy Concealer and then foundation, and it just applies fine. But after applying this, my skin felt quite dry, and the foundation and the concealer went on ever so patchy, like I was putting it on really dry skin, and I'm used to it sliding on easily over this. So when I think of, I expect the idea is you're supposed to buy a separate eye cream to use around your eyes, and then you use this. And how much money would that be, I wonder? And if you think about it, the whole industry and the way the world is structured around the animals tortured in laboratories. I'm not saying this lot do that, I don't know if they do, but I mean over the years it's happened, and I've heard people say, oh, the whole cosmetics and so-called beauty industry is a con, and I've thought, well, no, you know, it can't really be a con. I'm not saying it's a con, but when you think how much money and the money that's spent on researching this sort of stuff and then releasing it onto the market, and then gullible people buying it thinking, oh yeah, that's going to help. And like I've said, I've known people, older women, that spend an absolute fortune on the most expensive anti-aging creams they can buy, and yet this lady I know who's in, well, she'd be in her late 70s now, who's got ME, and she's always depressed and all anxiety ridden and always moaning about everything, very angry, negative sort of person. And you'd think, well, someone like her, you know, she's going to look far older than, no, she looks younger than the other one. So that makes me think, I think, well, come on, you know, this person spends a fortune on all this stuff and looks old. And yeah, this lady in her 70s could easily be mistaken for someone of about 50, and I think, well, I can't understand it, especially when given all the stress she's under. So yeah, I thought I'd do a separate video on this because I felt it needed to be said. Avoid the eye area. So I didn't put it round my eyes, but it must have got near enough to make them sting, water and burn. So if it does that, I dread to think what the effect it would... Sorry, there's a radio in the background. I dread to think the effect it has on these poor animals in laboratories, the dogs and rabbits or whatever it is they put these things in their eyes. I'm not saying this particular firm, Garnier, they may not. Let me see if I can put the light on and see who makes this. I don't know who makes Garnier. Whether they're at the actual moisture 2-in-1. Oh, it's in German. I can't. Yeah, moisture bomb, super hydrating moisture SPF 10. Apply on clean, dry skin. Avoid the eye area, which I did avoid the eye area. And the radio's gone off completely. Perhaps not. But oh, we've got somebody coming to say hello to us. So yeah, so I think I've said enough, probably more than enough on this, and for people that are convinced the most expensive beauty treatments money can buy are the only thing they could ever use and they're the living proof of how wonderful it works, fine, if that's what you want to believe, you go on believing it. But I'd like you to see this lady. She must be 78 by now, and if she tells people her age, which she does frequently, I don't know why she does, but they marvel, they just cannot believe it. So yeah, a thumbs down, definitely, a no. I'm glad that was a free sample. I'd have been furious if I'd had to buy that. Because in this country you can't take things like that back and get your money back. I think you can in America, but in Britain if you buy something like this and use it and take it back, they won't give you the money back. So yeah, my eyes are watering after using that Garnier. My eyes have been watering all day after using that. Recorded any of it, had it. We've got black screens. I'm hoping you can see me. I did all this just now and it hadn't recorded a thing. Would you believe it? This is a third attempt because Noli actually stopped the record. Noli, far from helping me, she actually stopped the recording with her foot as I was trying to anchor her there, so I'm going to hold her here this time. Oh, this is the third attempt, so anyhow. Yes. Now, this product, oh, my mind's gone blank now because this is how it gets me. Oof. This is my third attempt. Oh my goodness. You know, I don't know whether that company pay for all these experiments on these poor animals, who after all react differently to we do. What might be safe for an animal might be harmful to us because they're different species, and what might be harmful to an animal might be safe on a human. There's certain things that are poisonous to cats that's alright for other animals and alright for humans, and certain things that are poisonous to dogs, like chocolate and raisins, and apparently, which I never knew. and a lot of people probably don't, and they're alright for humans. So anyway, without going on digressing, but it needs, sometimes you have to say these things. So the video I did yesterday, I was going to, because I like things to be in order, and I'm doing this one the next day, I was going to put this on at the end, but I thought, no, I'll put this on at the beginning so you can watch this bit first, and then watch the next bit, which is raw, as I just after I'd used it. And then there's a few seconds of me at the end of the day when I'm at my friend's house, and I'm mentioning there, and but I'm talking very quietly there, so that you might have to put the sound up, because I expect I'm shouting through the... When I make the video, when I put it together with Windows Live Movie Maker, I'll try to lower the sound on this bit so it doesn't come too harshly loud compared to the rest. And I'm sorry if I'm talking very fast as well, but I'm trying to get as much in to say in a few seconds, because I know, like I said, my late friend, he'd put video on YouTube, be on about a fraction of a second, oh boring, off it would go. So what's this? What is this? Oh no, off. And I thought, if everyone that watches YouTube videos is like that, and I wish people would watch to the end, or even just scroll to the end to see my buys, but I'm not going to scroll a buy up for this one, because it's just a video that was going to go on as part of a whole vlog, and I thought, well, probably the message won't get out there because hardly anyone will bother to watch it, so I'll just put a video up on this product alone.